Day 2 of the supermarket breakdown car park. We're still here and we've got the whole day to waste. The shop's closed. We was going to go in, but Amika was like halfway through a game, and by the time she finished the game, I asked again, and then we realised the shop had closed, so we couldn't. We've got everything we need, thank God we've got everything we need. I was going to drive with no water, just to save weight, because I've got 50 kilos worth of water, and I was going to shop when I got here, but I just did everything. I thought, do you know what, just do the whole lot, and let's fully load the van. We've just had it remapped, let's see what maximum weight we can get from it. So thank God we did, because the shop's closed. So there's not a lot to do today, so we're just chilling out. I've edited my last video, which is about this van, so you've probably just seen that, being changed colour. And I'm going to edit the video of yesterday arriving down here and breaking down today. So that's Sunday, so you're going to be right up to date with the videos. So now. So the van is a complete mess because we are, well, I am. Do you want me to turn the light on?
Yeah.
There you go. I'm doing a bit of tidying up, basically. So I've ripped the mat up and I'm just going to hoover underneath it. By the way, this isn't very exciting, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm going to hoover underneath it, and then I've got, as you can see, I've got a lot of wires everywhere where I've just like thrown them down. So I'm going to tidy everything up properly, try and get everything hidden away. This is my OBD reader, which gives me lots of information like how low my battery is right now. So I can read all fault codes and all sorts of stuff on here, and I can have different settings on the main screen. It's probably not going to stay on because the ignition's not on, it's attached to the ignition. But yeah, all of those different sections I can put different bits of information on. So that was kind of just sitting down here out of the way where I can't see it. So unfortunately the cable's not very long, but I'm going to try and get it. It's got a sticky thing on the bottom. I'm going to try and get it to sit there. Really annoying about that cable, but I'm sure I can get a longer cable for that when I get back to the UK. What else have we got? So yeah, this is connected to the Bluetti. So this is the main battery, not from the van battery. So I need to sort that cable out, tidy it away. This is the light bar, and just tidy up generally, really. Just try and, all the things that I've bodged and rushed, just try and get them a bit more to a finished state. Now I've got a day of doing nothing. Starting to steam up in the front. Got the coffee machine. Most importantly, life carries on with coffee. We've now got a heater outlet, bit of a mess, in here. So that's finished, because that means we've got heat in the shower when we have a shower. Amika's bed is also underneath mine, so we need to tidy it up, put some walls on and everything, but she's got basically a single bed under there. So how's your new bed, by the way?
Best bed ever.
Yeah?
Better than that one that was up there.
Better than this one. It's tiny up here. You've grown loads though in the last 6 months. So yeah, I'm going to get in front and give it a bit of a tidy up. Come on, let's go in the front. Right. By the way, if anybody's interested in this Hoover, I'll put a link in the description because it is amazing. Doesn't take very long to charge, and probably, I've never run it till it's dead, but, well, I have run it till it's dead, but I've never timed it. So I'd say it probably lasts 15 minutes, which is a really long time. The other good thing about this is, when you charge it, obviously you plug it in there, but you can just take the battery out. So might not seem like much, but to take that into the house or wherever you are, or plug it in while it's, yeah, you know, it's just easy to take the battery out. So yeah, it's really good, dead easy to undo. Pull that down and all the stuff comes out. Twist that, the little filter comes out, dust filter. It's also got this little button on it as well, so instead of holding it, which obviously, you know, you're going to be constantly getting repetitive strain injuries from it, there's a little button that you just do that. It's also got an extendable pole and then a normal sort of square bit on the end with a roller so you can go backwards and forwards, but yeah, it's not really any good for the van, so maybe for the floor space. But to carry that with you, which is obviously quite long and then there's a big bulky bit at the end, is pretty pointless just to do a little bit. So I've actually got a little, the end of a mop, what are they called? Like the end of a mop thing with all those little tentacle things on the end. That's what they're called. I've just got the end of one of them and I just sort of do that and sweep that up. Right, let's get some of these cables tidied up and clean underneath Amika's seat because that is disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Correct. What I should also say as well is I'm not very good with electrics, as you can probably tell by looking at my van. So it's not that I bodge, I mean I know how to bodge stuff to make it work safely. Like, I think everything's safe in my van, considering I'm a health and safety manager. I should understand that, but I've never done electrics before, so I don't even know what like the little things are called to connect everything together. So I just kind of got cables lying around. If anybody knows like how I can get my head around this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to when I go to one of the van shows this year, I'm going to walk up to somebody who's done a really good job and say, there's a really unsafe van over there, can you go and sort it out, because I think that person's going to lose their van in a fire. And see if I can get them to come round and sort my electrics out. But yeah, everything's pretty much safe. Like, I've risk assessed everything and made sure I've got everything that I need where it should be, but you already know what you know, so I may have done something wrong, like not checked my belts before I left or serviced the vehicle before I left. We live and learn. So another thing I've done is I've bought one of those extendable hoses, which I've tried out and it's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to need to use that a few times on this trip. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the bracket temporarily for now and stick it on there and then wrap the hose around it and see what it looks like. Well, that's almost magic, but that's obviously temporarily there. My famous words, but obviously when I close this door, that bracket holds it in place to stop it from rattling around. What an absolute bonus. So one of the things that I'm going to do today is charge this battery up. We are currently on 11.5 volts, so that is absolutely useless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it up to the Ecoflow River 2, which is a new unit that I've got, and I've wanted this one for ages actually. It's so good, tiny, really lightweight, even I can pick it up. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cigarette lighter socket to dump some energy from here into the van battery, just so that when I have to drive up that road, round the corner and across there, I think that building there in the centre, or the one just to the right hand side behind the shopping centre, supermarket, is going to be able to fix my van. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It opens at 8:30 tomorrow morning, so all I need to do is have enough power to get up there. My engine ain't going to overheat by the time I get there, so that's fine, because it is literally 2 minutes away. So yeah, at least if I put some charge in the battery, I know I can get there. I'm not going to cut out and break down halfway up that hill, which would be a bit of an embarrassing nightmare. First thing on a Monday morning. Right, let's see what we can do with this battery. Quick caveat, I don't have the equipment to do this, so it's all going to be bodged, so don't try this yourself, because just don't. Right then, what we need to do first of all is take that red cover off. Put it there, we don't lose it. Get the voltmeter and you're going to turn it till it gets to 20, because this is a 12 volt battery, so that's the best reading to have it on. Put that down there so you can see what you're doing. Put one in one end, one in the other. Right, you're going to put the red one on there first. Yeah. Right, and then put that one on the black one and it'll tell you. Right, what does that come back as? 12.1, just the first number, 12.1 volts. Let's measure the true battery voltage. It's going down, yeah? So when I turn the ignition on, it
12.6,
drops.
11.6.
Right, and then when I start it went down to 9. What's it on now?
11.4.
11.4. So that is pretty much dead. I'm lucky that's starting because it shouldn't really start. That's probably about as low as it's going to get because of all the stuff that it needs to power up, including my daytime running lights that are switched on. Obviously the voltage drops. You're probably not best to just drop that near the battery, okay? If you touch those two terminals together, that one and that one, it will create a lot of heat, yeah? And it'll basically,
Blow up the engine.
it'll, not quite, but it's not,
Blow up us.
it's not advisable. Right, get back in the back.
Back in the back I go.
So I somehow now, bearing in mind I've got nothing with me, I somehow need to connect this 12-volt supply, this outlet, to the battery because that will then charge the battery up. So I'm going to have a route around and see what wires I've got. I might just have to hack off the end of a cigarette lighter thing and connect it to the battery, which I'm pretty certain I can do. Right, well, we've come to a solution. So this cigarette lighter plug obviously is 12 volt, and this is for my CCTV cameras. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the end of this off. I've got this cable which it's got 2 ring terminals on, so I'm going to connect that to the van battery and connect that to that, and then that's going to go into the Ecoflow, turn on the Ecoflow, and that's going to charge a battery. And then once I'm done, I've got I'm going to use one of these anyway, but I can connect this wire back up together just using these quick release terminals, or whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called. But effectively you just open the ends up like that, put the wire in, and it connects it like that. So no faffing around with screwdrivers or anything like that. So no need for these. Should be a relatively quick job to do. So let's get on with that now. So I think we'll cut this off. Where should we cut this off? Do it in the middle. Could do with some wire strippers really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to the battery now. I'll need a few different tools, or one tool actually, to connect it, and then yeah, let's get it charged. So that's that connected now. It's actually good that it's a Sunday because there's just no one around. Otherwise it'd be like yesterday, it was super busy here. So at least I can get on with these little jobs and nobody's, you know, sticking their nose in or whatever. Right, so that's everything connected up. So we've got the light on, which obviously means that everything's connected properly. We're reading 12.2 volts. Next thing to do is turn on the Ecoflow DC, so the light is on. As you can see, it's reading no output whatsoever at the moment. So we'll take that off, plug that in, and we've got a grand total of 7 watts going in, which ain't a lot, but it's something. So let's keep our eye on this, and this should start to go up. Yeah, so it's bouncing between 5, 6 and 7 watts. So we're just going to leave it at that for now, see what happens. So really happy with this little thing. Because of the output, I was able to use my air fryer on it as well. So I can actually go and sit on a bench somewhere, use my air fryer with this, and actually cook outside, which is pretty cool. It's got a 100 watt outlet on it, USB-C. It's got 3 USB-A's. It's got some plugs there. Obviously you turn them on and off like so. Dead easy to use, really responsive. You can turn it on and off like that. Quick press of the button, it comes back on. And that's it, good to go. Cool little unit, well happy with it. Go and buy one. So one of the things I'm doing at the moment is just keeping an eye on the weather. It's supposed to stop raining soon. I think the wind is coming from that way. And it looks like there's another rain cloud coming over. You can just see it in the distance there, especially over to the hills. It's definitely rain over there. In fact, it's just starting now. So I'm going to get back inside, but once it stops raining this last time, I think it's going to be the last time, I think we're just going to go for a little walk just to get out of the van. It's actually really nice here. So yeah, maybe we'll just walk down to, you know, wherever. just to get out of the van a little bit. But before we do that, I'm going to get some food on the go because it's now about 3:30 and we've not had lunch. But I've had a busy, productive day doing loads of jobs in the van. I've done absolutely tons of little stuff. The only thing I've got left to do is wire up the light in the cab, which is that one there. But I need to get some food on the go. Right, we made it round the corner from the garage. No, from the shop to the garage. So we were actually the other side of that building. So all we did was just come down that road and around this corner. Now the guy in that car has just pulled up and opened the front door. So we are first here. But are we last on the list? That's the question. So
Let's hope not.
yeah, let's
hope
not.
it's not on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a pain.
Yeah, one, it's like a year away. And two, how are we supposed to get home?
Exactly. So let's see what happens, and hopefully these guys can fix the van. So far, everybody I've met in France has been really polite, by the way, and friendly. So the guy that's in that lorry next to us just waved and put his thumbs up at me. So yeah, I guess if he knew that the van was knackered, he probably wouldn't be putting his thumbs up. He'd probably be laughing, or not. Maybe he would. Right, let's see what happens. Come on, Profile Plus. Let's do this.